love bugs. I'm gonna call y'all my love bugs. Today we're gonna talk about shadow work, and there is a hella ton of stuff that I wanna go over with you guys. So I will be looking at my laptop here. I do have a whole lot of notes. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. But I really wanted to cover as much as I could in this video. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is shadow work. Shadow work is the process of working through the parts of ourselves that we have repressed. And repressed means that we are unconsciously not giving attention to parts of ourselves that need healing. Repressed means a thought or feeling or desire in our unconscious mind. Shadow work helps us acknowledge the negative emotions, complex life events, insecurities, or traumatic events that we have went through in our lives. Shadow work is a vital source for us as spiritual beings. We are human, but we are spiritual beings in a vessel. So we really need to tend to our spiritual needs as well. Now, I promise you won't need therapy after this. I mean, you can really be your own therapist. That's what I had to do. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go to motivational speakers online or mentors online. That's also what I did to kind of help guide me in a way. Now, with shadow work, you really have to face your shadow, or you're going to continue to see it in life and people. Because one thing the universe and God will show you is what you need to heal, and they will do this through showing you through people and situations. So if you keep coming across people that have a negative impact on your life and your emotions, and events that keep popping up that are not pleasant, that is because there is something you need to heal from that you are putting in the back burner that you need to bring to light and you need to face and work through. The universe shows our deepest selves through our outside world. You cannot hide from the universe. You cannot hide from God. They know and see everything, and they will continue to show you through your outside world what you need to fix on your inner. And there's probably a lot of you, or some of you, who are like, I know myself, like, I know who I am, but do you really know who you are? You don't really know who you are unless you really have dived deep inside your soul and have done the work. And this also comes with spending a lot of time alone. And I know a lot of us hate to spend time alone. We hate to be in our own thoughts. We hate to be in our own emotions. But this is the process of healing. If you do not do this, you cannot heal properly. Shadow work also has the benefits of improving your life, your mental and emotional stability, because you are releasing a lot of the baggage off your shoulders and you are doing the proper healing. This is also easy to manifest things in your life, because when blockages are put in your way emotionally, mentally, these create a barrier for your biggest blessings to come into your life. Something in you, maybe you're not feeling worthy, or you feel like it's hard to obtain. And one thing about manifestation, it is very important to know that you're worthy. And shadow work really helps you realize and deeply feel that you're worthy. You can't just say it, you really have to feel it. Okay, so now that we have talked a little bit about what shadow work is, we're going to get into how to find your shadow, okay? So one way you can help find your shadow is through projection. The definition of projection, the process of displacing one's feelings onto a person, animal, or object. All of us have done projection in some form or fashion. We project because there is something within ourselves that we don't like or that bothers us, so we tend to act and push it onto something or somebody because we're just holding it in, and we just have to let it out. And it comes out in a negative manner because we are putting something negative on somebody else or something, rather than facing the problem of why we feel this way. I'll give you an example. An example of projection is, let's say you're sitting down eating with a friend, right? And you guys both dye your hair. Your friend looks at you and says, what, you don't like your hair color? Maybe you do like your hair color, but you just want to switch it up. You want to add some flavor. But they also dye their hair. And it's like we're having a good conversation, so why are you kind of coming at me in a negative way saying I don't like my hair? That person, your friend, does not like their hair. That's because they dye it. They want to project it onto you, and this is not a healthy way. We need to learn as humans to take accountability for ourselves and accountability for our feelings. It is not right to push it on to someone else and make someone else feel bad, so we don't feel less alone, or we don't like this, or whatever the projection that you're putting on someone is. Projection is also a psychological defense mechanism. In a way, it's like we're doing it to protect ourselves. A second way we can find our shadow is through triggers. Triggers refer to an experience of having an emotional reaction, pleasant or disturbing topic, and it's going to trigger you from a past event or something you've experienced. And sometimes we might not even know why we're triggered, because it's in our subconscious mind. It could also be times when we were younger and these triggers are starting to come up. So it's good to understand when you have these triggers to figure out why and work through these. An example of a trigger, let's say you're in a very healthy relationship and your partner's on the sofa, you're in another chair, and you see your partner looking at their phone, they're laughing, they're geeking, and you're kind of getting these emotions coming up like, damn, like, are they cheating on me? Are they talking to somebody else? Like, why are they cheating so hard? And maybe it's just a quote they see, or they're talking to their family member, but it's a trigger coming up because in a past relationship, you were cheated on and this happened. So it's a trigger coming up. And that just means you are not fully healed and you need to heal from this. And when this trigger comes up, you have to realize that this is not from the past. This is a different situation. I'm in a better situation in my life now, and I'm not going to put that on this person because something similar like this happened in the past. That's very unhealthy. A third way we can find our shadow is through pattern. The definition of patterns is a repeated or regular way in which something happens. Let's say something or a life event or certain people keep coming in your life. It's like the same thing in different people, or it's the same situation. It's the same shit, different day. It can be people, situations, events that keep showing up in our lives to show us what it is that we haven't healed from. And when the same situations and the same people come in your life and you keep responding in the same ways, or you're not really making changes, or you're going back on the changes that you are making that are healthy, these are going to keep on happening because you are not fixing the problem. Everything starts from within. Life is basically a mirror of your inner. And sometimes, even when you're doing the work, life can still seem like things are falling. This is just because you're going through tests. Keep working through it, keep doing the work, and keep making the positive changes. This is really when we need to take a step back and realize, okay, what am I doing? How am I reacting to the situation? Is this benefiting me? Okay, what am I unhealed with? Like, why do I feel the need to keep dabbling in these people, to keep dabbling in these types of situations? Why do I feel the need to keep moving forward with the same attitude? You know what I'm saying? You really have to make changes. I'm gonna give an example. Let's say you keep getting in the same type of relationships, okay? These people keep abandoning you, treating you bad, okay? And you're a good person, you don't understand why. This could stem from a past childhood trauma. Now, personally, my father was hardly ever there for me, ever, and never showed up to my graduation, any special event I had, forgetting my birthday and things like that, and I was not healed. So when I got into these relationships, I felt abandoned, or I felt like I had to prove my love and didn't know why they wouldn't pick me or leave me for someone else. And it is because the universe and God were showing me that I wasn't healed because I was abandoned, as a child because of my father, and helped me be more discerning. Because also, I was attracted to these types of people because it was an unhealed part of my heart from my father. So I would also be attracted to these people who weren't good for me because I needed to face these people to show that I needed to heal from it. It's tough love, but it's like the universe is a parent we never had. God's like, look, shit, you need to fix this. Next is being aware of your negative traits, okay? All of us have negative traits. All of us have insecurities. We have things we do not like about ourselves. And I know I say negative, they're not necessarily negative, but there's room for growth. It's okay to have insecurities. There is a healthy level of insecurity and there's an unhealthy level of insecurity. When it's unhealthy, you are projecting onto other people. You are letting it get in the way of you making successful moves, putting yourself out there, whatever you want to do, meeting people, whatever it may be. And insecurities can really hold you back. When you had habits that you need to fix, and looking back at why do I have these habits and where do they stem from? Why am I in this funk? 5, you are opposed to other people's perspective. Now, it is okay to not change your perspective. You are being open-minded and you are understanding why this person has this type of perspective. Being both sides. That doesn't mean that you should necessarily change it if it isn't going to benefit you. I feel this way, but I understand, like, to really be gentle with yourself and the person with this perspective. It's just only seeing one way and only having tunnel vision can really be a disservice for yourself. Even if the perspective isn't necessarily how you see it, you can learn from whatever they're saying. All these different realities. You know, it's very eye-opening. Are you somebody who judges other people? Now, when you're judging other people, you're really judging yourself. Because when you judge someone else, there's something about yourself that you don't like. Why do you have to go out your way to dim some other person? Whatever it is that they're doing, whatever they're wearing, why do you feel the need to go out your way and talk down on someone else and judge them for how they live life or what they do? Because you aren't being your authentic self. You don't know how, or you're afraid you won't get accepted. It is okay to be yourself because nobody can do it like you. And the best success comes from being yourself, because when it's authentic and from the soul, you are actually becoming in alignment with your higher self and who you are. And this is really going to help bring more opportunities to you, bring your true community to you, your soul tribe, and connect with yourself on a deeper level to also evaluate yourself. The people that are happy with themselves, the people that are truly happy, do not care about what other people are doing, what other people are thinking. It's different when you're inspired and you like to keep up on other people's growth because, you know, you are admired by them. Number 8, do you feel the need to take everything in life so seriously? Now, I know this can be counterintuitive, you know, contradicting or whatever, because, you know, this is life. Like, you should take your life seriously, right? Life shouldn't really be taken that seriously. Have fun with life. Even when life throws you challenges and things that you aren't happy with, and you just, you know, you could be the lowest of the lowest. You could be down, okay? Whatever your situation is. But don't take it so seriously. Life is short. Everything is temporary. And we need to learn to be appreciative, because even when things don't go our way, that's life, okay? We learn from it and we have opportunity to grow. And it's just rerouting us to where we're meant to be. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be, because even if it is a negative aspect of your life, you need to learn from it. And until you learn from it, you are not going to be able to elevate the way you need to. We always like to control everything, and we cannot control everything in life. There's just some things we just cannot control. And we have to let it go and know that we tried our best. Always do your best. Always stay positive through the storm. Bask in the present moment. Next, we're going to go over some exercises that we can do to help alleviate a lot of this trapped energy. I like to call it a good spiritual exercise. It really helps unlock the chakras and keep them from being blocked. And this is a big part of the shadow work. So we're gonna get into these exercises. Also, if you're somebody who doesn't know what chakras are basically energy centers within the body. You have 7 chakras, really there's 12, but these chakras can be blocked from life events that aren't so pleasant. And when these are blocked, you know, it can cause blockages in your life as well. Attention to these chakras to help them turn, to get rid of some of that dust around. First, we're going to work on unlocking the base chakra, okay, which is our root chakra. Starts from the base of the spine, deals with our stability, our safety, and our security. When this chakra is balanced, feel you are stable and secure and that you're safe. When this chakra is unbalanced, you have anxiety, fear, a notebook or whatever. So write down, what are you afraid of? What scares you the most? What is your deepest fear? Now this isn't just, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of cats, or I'm afraid of dogs, or I'm afraid of Jeepers Creepers. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about like a real life event. Like, what are you scared of? Are you scared of being alone the rest of your life? Are you scared of losing a certain family member, a certain friend? What are you scared? It could be anything. Just write down all the things that you are scared of. Like, are you scared of anything? And write this down. Now, when you have these fears, it's all a mental thing. You need to learn to release these fears. Don't let them overpower you. Don't let them control you. Let your fears flow. When you know what you're afraid of, let it flow. Know that you are safe. Meditate if you have to. Take deep breaths and just release, okay? Fear is not real. Fear is an energy that we keep because we are in survival mode and we want to keep a fear mindset in case something bad happens. But this is only doing a disservice for ourselves. Next, we're gonna go over our sacral chakra. It's about maybe where your belly button is or so, and this chakra deals with intimacy and pleasure, and this chakra can be blocked by guilt. This chakra is represented by creativity and sexual energy. Now, take a moment and write this down. What are you guilty of? What do you blame yourself for? Forgive yourself for this, okay? Forgive yourself and let it go and release, because you're just holding on to the past. The third chakra is your solar plexus chakra. This is located a little bit beneath the chest, okay? And this chakra deals with self-esteem, willpower, and your personal responsibility. And this can be blocked by low self-esteem, control issues, manipulative tendency, and the misuse of your power. And this chakra can also be blocked by shame as well. Now write down all the things that you're ashamed of. Now again, this can deal with self-esteem. And you might be ashamed of yourself because you don't like yourself. To unlock this chakra is to release all the letdowns and disappointments that you've been through. Stop holding on to all the letdowns and disappointments and learn to release them and breathe and accept them, okay? And move on. And also, when doing this, accept and love all parts of yourself, because all of this makes up who you are. Love every bit of it. Next, we're gonna work on opening our heart chakra, located, of course, like right here. This chakra represents love, self-love, and it governs our relationships. When this chakra is unbalanced, it will lead to depression, difficulty in relationships, self-discipline. And this can also be blocked by grief. Now, write down everything that you're grieving. What are you grieving over? Why do you feel like you don't love yourself? Why are these relationships in your life going downhill? Why can't you have self-discipline? Write all this down. Let all the grief go and breathe. Love yourself, accept yourself, forgive all the past relationships, forgive all those people, forgive yourself. This is going to help unlock your heart chakra and help release all these baggage emotions. Next, we have our throat chakra, the ability to speak and communicate clearly and effectively, and also speaking your truth. And this chakra can be blocked by lies, arrogance, withdrawn, and increased anxiety. And these can be lies not necessarily telling other people, but the ones we tell ourselves. If we know we're not okay, or we have unhealed wounds, and we continue to tell ourselves, I'm fine, I'm good, you are just pushing the problem and you're hiding it, but it's still there and it's not being fixed. You're not healing from anything. You're not working through anything. Like, write down all lies and the denial that you tell yourself, and be truthful with yourself. Be true to who you are. You must accept who you are and accept your true nature. This is going to help you unlock this throat chakra. Now we're going to talk about the sixth chakra. It represents intuition and foresight. When it's imbalanced, you have a lack of clarity and a lack of direction. It is our third eye chakra. It's blocked by illusion. Your third eye chakra is located in between your eyebrows on your forehead. It's driven by openness and imagination. And a lot of the illusion is also separation. We tend to separate ourselves from people when we're all truly connected. We are all connected and we all have different journeys that we're on. And when we tend to put a cap or learn how to listen to your inner voice, use your imagination, because when you imagine something, you are opening the doors of where you want to be in life. You need to dream a little bit. You need to imagine where you want to be. And when you have that set destination or imagination in your head, it gives you some sort of clarity of where you need to go, who you need to be, and what you need to do to get there. Now, it might be a little rocky, might be a little, iffy, but you know the destination, and that destination is going to help give you keys and clues to use of what you need to do to be where you need to be, to get to where you want to be. And this can be blocked too by you thinking that things are separate from you. We're actually all the same, but in different experiences, different bodies. We are all one. We are all connected to one source, and we all go through things in different ways. When this third eye chakra is open, you start to realize that it's kind of also like the four nations. We're all in one section on the earth, but we're all divided. And constantly separating yourself from people and feeling like you aren't connected is a disconnection to yourself, because we are in all facts connected. You really look around and think about it. Let's give an example of metal. Metal is just a part of earth that has been purified and refined and turned into metal, something hard, something solid, something that we can use, but it's a part of the earth. It is transformed into something else. Okay, let's get into the crown chakra, which is the seventh chakra, located on the crown top of your head. It represents a state of higher consciousness. When this chakra is imbalanced, it goes with criticism, disregarding what is sacred, closed-mindedness, disconnectedness with spirit. This can be blocked by earthly attachments. So, if you always feel the need to constantly obtain material gain, to feel validated, or material gain is just materialistic things, and it doesn't make up who we are. Having these attachments to things are not healthy. It is okay if we don't have these things. If we didn't have it tomorrow, it is okay, we're fine. We don't need to feel the need to have material gain, to feel validated, and be so attached to these things that we lose sight of who we truly are, our core being. Know that you are who you are, and that is enough. Okay, I'm gonna go over a few things on how to know that you're healed from your shadow work after you do your shadow work. One is you are aware of your negative traits without being ashamed of them. 2, you appreciate and love every part of yourself. 3, you judge yourself and others less. 4, other people's behaviors do not trigger you like they used to. Just trust me, I know when people can piss you off and you want to get up in their face and say some shit, but it just ain't worth your time, baby. It ain't worth it. 5, you realize everybody walks their own path and it has nothing to do with you. Don't take things so personal. 6, you recognize a little bit of yourself in everybody. 7, you don't take life so seriously. Here are 10 benefits of doing shadow work. 1, it improves your confidence and your self-esteem. 2, it improves your relationships. 3, it helps you have self-realization. 4, it helps you find your purpose in life. 5, it encourages you to build courage to face the unknown. 6, you have a deeper love for yourself and you are accepting of yourself. 7, it increases empathy and compassion. 8, you have better mental and physical health. 9, you have a clearer perception of the world. And 10, it increases your creativity. There are 5 affirmations that I put together that we can say to help get us more in balance and more connected with who we are, and releasing a lot of that emotional mental baggage. Hey guys, I was trying, there we go. I don't know what happened to the outro video that I made when I was trying to explain the 5 affirmations. Like, I'm pretty irritated that it went away. So I'm going to say them again. So these are just really going to help alleviate, some of that emotional baggage, okay? The first one, I accept and love myself for being me. The second one, I have complete control over who I give my energy to. 3, I forgive myself for my shadow self. 4, I choose to grow as a person. 5, I am not my past. And I kind of want to close out with a little prayer that is kind of with this energy. With each step I take, I thank you, God, for your healing energy throughout my being. Thank you for clearing out blockages and restoring my health and well-being. Thank you for allowing me to accept and love every part of myself. Ashe. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. It means the world to me. Definitely more videos to come. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. We are judge-free on here. We are healing and reaching our higher self.